Hi guys, I'm here to do the Netflix book tag. I was kindly tagged by Jess from A Nose in a Book. I will leave her channel as well as the original creators down below. Let's get into the questions. Question number 1, recently watched the last book you finished reading, and that book would be The Silent Wife by Carrie Fisher. I ended up really enjoying it. I give it 4 stars. Question number 2, top picks, a book that has been recommended to you based on a book you have previously read. So earlier this year, I read Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng, and I ended up falling in love with it. So Julie from A Girl in a Book recommended Shelter because she thought they were sort of similar. So I ended up reading it, and I did really end up enjoying it. Question number 3, recently added, what is the last book you bought? And actually, I think the last book that I bought was Meg by Steve Alten. This just looks like a really fun, cheesy summer book. We will see. Maybe it's going to be even better than I imagined, but this is for our July pick for hashtag on the BookTube shelf, which is a book club I help run here on BookTube. Links are all down below. Question number 4 is popular on Netflix. What are 2 books that everyone knows about that you have read? Oh, list 2 books that you've read and 2 books that you have no interest in reading. So, for popular books that I have read The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Loved this book. I gave it 5 stars. And I've also read A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, which I ended up really enjoying and gave it 4 stars. Now, there are 2 books that I'll probably never read. These are more like series of books. One will be the Moral Instrument series. I have absolutely no desire to read those books. And the second would be anything by Rick Riordan. I have tried his Percy Jackson series, and it is just not for me. And I feel like his style of writing is very, it follows a formula, and that formula just really isn't for me, and it's kind of middle grade for me. So I just have no desire to read any more by him. Question number 5, comedies. What is a funny book that you've read? So, The Martian by Andy Weir. This book was so funny. I was not expecting how funny it would be, and there's even a couple parts where I actually laughed out loud, which is so rare when I'm reading a book. So, if you guys want to laugh and you think you might like some science fiction, definitely pick this up. Question number 6, dramas, a character who is a drama king or queen. And I thought about this, and I would have to go with Owen Meany from A Prayer for Owen Meany by John Irving. He is just this huge character. He has such emotional outbursts and things that he is just such a drama king to me, but he is one of my favorite characters of all time. Question number 7, animated, a book with cartoons on the cover. I don't have any regular books on my shelf that are cartoon books, so I went up to my daughter's room and I borrowed a book from her because I absolutely adore this series of children's books, and that is Elephant and Piggy by Mo Willems. This is just a fun series if you have especially younger kids, probably up to the age of like 8, 9, 10. Even my older kids really enjoy reading them just to their sister or out loud because they're so much fun. They're so entertaining because you have to act out everything. It's all dialogue, and I absolutely adore these books. Question number 8, watch it again, a book or series that you want to reread. And for me, that's pretty much anything by Stephen King. I've been wanting to reread many of his books because a lot of them I read when I was a teenager, like 13, 14, 15, and I don't remember the stories that well, and I want to read them from an adult perspective now, so I definitely want to go back and reread all of those. Question 9, documentaries, a non-fic book you recommend to everyone. I definitely recommend Smoke Gets in Your Eyes and Other Lessons from the Crematory by Caitlin Doty. I really ended up enjoying that book. It gave me such a different perspective on death, and I just feel like it's a book that most people would get a lot out of. Question number 10, action and adventure, an action-packed book. For me, it's not just a book, it's a series, and that's the Live Ship Traders trilogy by Robin Hobb. I fell in love with that trilogy. There's so much going on, so many different characters, action here, action there. You would just end up loving it if you are a lover of fantasy novels. Question 11, new releases, a book that just came out that you can't wait to read. Now, this book isn't technically out, but by the time I post this video, it probably will be, and that is Lost Boy by Christina Henry. This is going to follow the story, I believe, of Captain Hook. I loved her Alice in Wonderland retelling, well, reimagining really, and I can't wait to get my hands on this book. It's one of the few books that I've pre-ordered this year. Question 12, Max, tag some people. I'm just going to tag anyone who wants to do this tag because this tag has been out for quite a while, and I'm sure many of you have actually done it and completed it. So if you haven't done it and you'd like to, consider yourself tagged. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my answers. Have a great week and happy reading.